Had a couple of client cancels today, so I thought I would just go ahead and start my video off. So, I got my hair done. I love the color. Had it trimmed up and shaped up a little bit more, so I actually like the cut now. And I'm kind of thinking about wearing it like this on stage, but I'm not sure. Not 100% positive yet, so let's start here. It's not wanting to work with me, but it is what it is. Anyway, drinking my shake, eating my nuts, and thought I would talk to you guys. So I am almost positive I'm going to do Universe. I think I'm just going to hit the master's class and be done with it. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go how I want to go. I'm not going to get feedback from anyone or do any of that. I'm just going to take myself how I want to do it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not happy with how I look, then I'm not going to be happy with any placing that I have. And as long as I'm happy with how I look, I don't think I'm going to care about the placing. I mean, I'll care, but it's not going to affect me as much as it did this last time. And I think I'm okay in saying that. Like, I don't know any competitor that wants to get last place. Sorry, just, that's the truth. You know, and I think social media has made it a bad thing to express how you feel. But I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that I felt disappointed, and I wasn't upset with anyone. I wasn't mad at anybody. I was just, I had higher expectations for myself, and I didn't meet those expectations. So that's on me. Sorry, I had to change this. That lighting was terrible. So yeah. So I'm going to take the package that I want to take. And we're just going to see where the cards fall. That's all I can really say about it. So I just want to take something that I'm proud of and happy with and that I feel confident with. And I didn't feel confident walking out on stage at Junior Nationals. Once I got backstage and I saw how hard the girls were and how soft I was, I just went, because I knew I was there a week ago and I wasn't there on show day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I did pretty much supersets this week. I am taking tomorrow off, and I'll be training Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to jump on here, give you a little update. I'm going to drink my shake, eat my nuts, and I will chat back in with you guys later. Oh, also, I cannot get this tan off. I bought the Pro tan remover. I mean, it semi-worked last night. I'm going to put it on again tonight and sit for like 20 minutes and pray that I can get this tan off. Because if I can't get this tan off by Thursday, we're going to have a big problem. So
1.3 million later.
Hey guys, so I talked to you a little bit earlier today about, you know, that I thought I was probably more than likely going to do Universe, and we're going to head into it a little bit differently. Not different than we had really planned on last time, but plans changed when we had gotten closer to the show. Like I said, we tried to go for that fuller look, but I thought I would bring Ryan back on so we could kind of chat about what we did going into the last show and our thoughts on that afterwards, because I know that afterwards you said you thought maybe it wasn't that I was too soft, maybe I wasn't full enough, and then kind of what we're doing for like a little game plan going into Universe. So your thoughts around, because I know we've gone back and forth between talking about was I flat or was I too soft. We kind of go back and forth.
I think what happened was when we started upping the food or upping the calories, upping the carbs, I think it sped up the metabolism. And then when it came Thursday, So we were like 4 days in, increasing the calories each day, little by little. Not like 200 grams or something like that. Like 20 grams, 50 grams, just depended each day. But at at Thursday, we were 4 days in. She had mentioned she felt a little bloated, a little fuller than normal. And the problems in the past have been her lower abdomen bloating. So that threw up kind of an alarm to me. So I said, okay, Friday I'll back off a little bit on the food. So I did that. Then Saturday she wakes up and she had lost 2 pounds. So I believe we were 2 pounds flat and we just couldn't get it back before stage time without sacrificing the lower bloat. So a missed feeling and a miscalculation.
So this is us going back and looking at video and looking at pictures and comparing to, you know, the top 5 call out and all of that kind of stuff. I know in the previous video we had said, oh, I was too soft. That's what we had originally thought, that I was too soft, and, you know, I still really think that I should have taken the look from a week prior. Do you agree with that? Not necessarily from the week prior, but there was a particular day. It was June 11th. I had 2 double carb meals, and he had looked at me at a gym in Chattanooga, and that was the look. I was full and hard and round.
That was 8 days prior, so it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday to Friday plus a Saturday. So 8 days out. Saying that, that's what she wants to look like. That's what she wants to look like. She saw her best. So, that's not necessarily sometimes what
the judges go for.
Yeah, what is rewarded.
So
it's just a subjective sport. There's no scorecard points, but there is. I mean, there's just not an ending score at the end of the time. Well, I guess it is. There is a scorecard.
There is
a tally.
Card. Yes.
But it's not like basketball where the most points wins.
Right. So,
anyways, edit that.
I saw myself, and I loved how I looked. And here's the thing: if I would have stepped on stage like that, to be honest with you, would I have cared where I placed? Absolutely, because I don't know any competitor that doesn't want to be in that top call out. But I think I would have been more at peace and okay with it because I felt great about myself. And it wasn't that I think that I looked bad or anything like that. It's just, it wasn't necessarily the look that I was happy with. I was trying to please other people. I was trying to please the judges. And here's the thing, if you want to get that pro card, you do have to take those judges' feedback into account. But also, you need to have some sort of line to where you still feel good about yourself.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to be happy with what you take. If you're not happy with what you take, why are you doing this?
Right. So, when I saw myself that week prior on that day, I was like, this is it. This is it. I love how I look. This is great. And then, I had gotten feedback that I had went too far, I was too lean, which is feedback I have gotten before. It's feedback I get a lot. But, again, there is something to be said about me taking a look that I am happy with, that I feel confident with. And while, yes, my end goal is to earn my pro card. I also, if I'm going to get on stage, I want to get on stage and feel good about it. I want to get on stage and feel good about myself. I want to get on stage and be able to walk out there and say, hell yeah, I look great. And if you can't do that, then why are you doing it?
Also, in my opinion, bikini judging, and I was a judge for like 8 years, 10 years. Bikini is probably the hardest to judge because it could be soft one week, hard one week. I mean, bodybuilding, big, shredded. Throw some shape in there.
So, with all that being said, we did some miscalculating on the last show. So, going into Universe, I don't think that I'm going to do the open class. I think I'm just going to hit the Masters. Again, I haven't registered yet. I have till Sunday. I'll probably register tomorrow, which is Saturday. We're going to take a look that I'm happy with. So, do you want to talk a little about that? There's all this peak week stuff. Do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing?
Peak
and all
week.
that kind of stuff?
I don't necessarily have any kind of peak week thing. If you're in shape, why are you going to do 10,000 things that you haven't done for the last 16 weeks to get maybe 5% better or 30% worse? Those are exaggerations, but the odds just don't seem to be in the favor. So get in shape. I mean, sometimes there's water manipulation, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's up in food, sometimes there's not. It's not always, okay, everybody has carb depletes and then carb loads. No, everybody cuts their water or everybody takes diuretics. No. It's, this whole peak week thing. I mean, you're trying to look your best on a certain day. So yes, in a sense, you're trying to peak for a moment. You're trying to be at your sharpest in a moment. But that's pretty difficult. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things and a lot of variables, especially cortisol levels, nervous, anxiety, all these things that can change your body in minutes or in seconds, and I'm proof. Just trying to look your best at a certain moment.
Yeah, so going into Universe, we're not really going to do anything. So we're going to find a spot where I look good and try to maintain that, which, throughout this week, we've kind of been doing that. And we're just going to roll on into the show that way. Gonna take my same food with me. I'm gonna eat my same first 2 meals, or first meal, just really depending on when I go on stage. And we're just gonna kind of go with it. Not really gonna change anything, to be honest with you.
Basically, we're trying to get back to what she liked. Period. Because at the end of the day, yes, everybody wants to win. I want my client to win. But at the end of the day, you've got to like what you're walking around with. I, enjoy that. Be proud of that, of what you've accomplished and built, sacrificed.
And let me say this: it wasn't that at the.
Sounds like we're bitching.
We're not bitching. At the last show, I do not think that I looked bad. I mean, when he saw me that morning, he was like, "Yes, we are on. This is it." And I do think that I looked good. I think, though, once I got backstage and I saw how hard the girls actually were, I knew that we missed the mark somewhere.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, your cortisol levels, you may have pulled a Ryan and
I'll be
changed.
Well, yes, back. I do get stressed out backstage. I usually try to find a spot by myself. Not that I don't want to be sociable with anyone, because I've made so many good friends in competitions, but I do get anxiety and I get nervous, and especially if I get backstage and I start seeing, all these girls that have way more muscle than I do, because my genetics are not that type, and all this kind of stuff, and then I start second guessing me, and there's so many thoughts go through your head. So I usually try to find a spot backstage by myself where I can lay down, rest my head on my bag, and not pay attention to anybody. I try my best not to look at the girls backstage, not because I'm jealous or anything like that, but because it makes me second guess myself. I think anyone who is competing has done. We all work hard. Like, it's got nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that I get super stressed out and I get anxiety. And then I start second guessing everything, regardless of whether we've done everything right along the way or not, if that makes sense. I get nervous. I don't get nervous. I get anxiety and I get stressed out. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't look as good as these girls do. I'm never going to match up. And that's my own insecurities, that's my problem. That's why I just try to find a spot backstage, park myself, try my best to watch something on YouTube or on Instagram or Prime or Netflix or some app, just to kind of take my mind off stuff. So yeah, I mean, that could have happened.
And I think if we're sounding negative, we're not trying to, and we're not trying to find a blame.
No, everything we did.
We're trying to figure out
what I need to.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out how to bring the best package for her.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't know, man. The judges were spot on. We understood why. We think we may have been closer to that a couple of days out. And,
So it's no, you can go back and watch my videos. It's no secret that I seem to have trouble on show day. I always seem to be ready before or something. And it's like I can't ever nail it on show day. And I've done well. Don't get me wrong. I've done well. I've placed first at Masters USA. I've gotten third and fourth over the past, 2 years at national level shows. So it's just, I just can't seem to nail my best look on that show day. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to figure out for me. There's no negativity around anything else. I'll be honest with you. I love competing. I love what my body does. I think it's amazing. I think the body is an amazing thing. You guys know that I don't stay like this year round. I call it fluffy. I get a little fluffy in the off season. And I feel good and healthy at that. But, I compete because I want to see my best self. And it's like on show day, I can't ever seem to fully nail that. Like, and it doesn't even have to be the body. It could be the tan, the hair, the makeup. Believe me, I've had bad makeup on stage. I've had bad hair on stage. My tan's been screwed up on stage. Like, it just always seems to be something. And we are trying to figure that out and nail it. That way, regardless of how I place, I can truly take my best self on that stage.
Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah, Kitty's playing with them down there. Come here. She ain't having it. Anyway. Do you want to add anything else? Okay. Well, that is pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to have another little chat since I will most likely be doing this show. And I'll check back in with you guys later. I do have some training to add to this video, so I will do that as well and kind of give you guys an update tomorrow too. So check back in with you in a bit.